Hello, everybody. I'm back. I think I have 2 or 3 more stories yet, too, so get used to this look for the rest of the day, just saying. Anyway, so Don Jr. testified yesterday, finished up his testimony today. Now, I didn't get to see it all, and I just seen snippets here and there. But, yeah, did you see him yesterday? He was sitting there, and the camera folks in court were sitting around, and they were doing the lighting and stuff like this, and they were doing stills of everybody in the court and all the rest of the stuff. And he sits there, and he says, oh, should have worn makeup. All I could think of was, maybe you should just go in your dad's bathroom there and get his. That's why he wouldn't wear a mask during COVID, because that bronzer there would be all on the inside of the mask when he took it down, and people would see that that's not real. That's right, that's just a slap-on tan. You know, like I got in the summer there to spray on one? That's right. So anyway, he's testifying today. So, little Donnie is at a crossroads in his miserable life right now. So, does he tell the truth and piss off the mango moose knuckle? Or does he plead the fifth so he can appease his sperm donor and maybe hang on to some money? That's a dilemma. Now, if his father, I don't know, there was a thing, Miss Betty Bowers, she quoted a line on there about him testifying and how he should do it according to Daddy Trump. It was basically either you toe the line or you fall down some stairs just before you testify. And I've got like 17 holes left on the golf course. Not word for word, but anyway, Newsweek actually has a story on that, Brendan Cole. Brendan said, because just days before Ivana Trump and the children were expected to testify against the Mango Moose Knuckle in the civil investigation into his shady business deals, Ivana mysteriously fell down a flight of stairs and passed away from injuries. God rest her soul. She was then very unceremoniously dumped behind the clubhouse and the first tee at Bedminster. Now, I say shame on those kids, because the look of her gravesite, it's all growing over weeds. You can't even see that pathetic little plaque they put there for a woman who was as influential in the society scene, I guess you could say. She ran Trump Plaza until he took it away and it went flying into the ground and went bankrupt. But anyway, yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves for how they treated their mother. Absolutely ashamed. They should be out there looking after that grave if he won't. Even the groundskeepers aren't doing. How pathetic is that? But anyway, Ivana left him $34 million. You think that would be enough to pay somebody to look after her gravesite, wouldn't you? She shouldn't be there in the first place. She should be with her last husband that passed away about a year before she did. That's where she should be. She shouldn't be at any goddamn golf course. The Trump lumps are that entitled to believe this is politically motivated. That's hilarious, right? Politically motivated. That's the big thing they have for everything now, because he's running for president because all these charges were brought even before he said, I'm going to run for president again. And the only reason why he said that was because these charges were revealed and he's terrified of going to prison. He wants to save his own sorry ass. He doesn't give a shit about the presidency or anything else. He just thinks, well, if I'm president, they can't arrest me and they can't put me in jail. I think that law is going to change. So anyway, that's the only reason. He liked the perks of the job. He loved the connections and the underbelly of governments like North Korea, China, Turkey, Hungary, and of course, his old buddy Putin, who he still hasn't said a bad word against. Trump always wanted to be the bad boy, and he was. He became a rapist, a tax cheat, Benedict Arnold, without the service career, I might add, an adulterer, a wife-beater, sexual innuendos towards his own daughter. I mean, how sick do you have to be for that? And I'm not just whistling past the graveyard, as one of the judges said. There's tons of proof of him pawing her in public, even when he was president. So, millions of his cultish group believe that that pig is their messiah. Sorry. That's just disgusting. But anyway, back to DJTJ. Donald Trump Jr. is a mountain of overprivilege. He's an underachiever. He needs detox in the worst possible way. He's an adulterer for years, like father like son, like it's hereditary or something. And he's known to be, according to Vanity Fair, check this headline out. Donald Trump Jr. is gunning for the world's most despicable piece of shit title for going after John Fetterman after he had his stroke. He said stuff like he's brain dead, or the brain dead potential senator from Pennsylvania. I believe if you're going to be in the United States Senate, you should have basic cognitive function, like to have a working brain. Maybe he should talk to his dad. Has he seen the shit that's coming out of his mouth lately? Mush for brains should be the Democratic slogan for 2024. Yes, but it is you and your fucked up family that will be left broke and badly bent after your inability to do business, and they will make sure that you don't do business in New York State ever again, the biggest bastion of world business, and it'll be taken away from you and your brother and your father, and we'll have to finally get a fucking job. That's right. Where daddy ain't the boss and nepotism isn't going to count. Just saying. You two will be at the bottom of the heap, scratching your way up, because everything you touch turns to shit, and everybody's seen the lies and stuff. Nobody will hire you. But I guess you can live off your mama's money. $34 million between the three is nothing to sneeze at if you spend wisely now. But you know what? Your sister's going to be just fine. Don't worry about Vanky. She's going to be just fine. That's right, because her and Jared, they really took advantage of being in the White House, and they made about $648 million in the 4 years they were there. So she's got no worries whatsoever. She never has to work, and neither her kids or grandkids will ever have to work a day in their life again. And because Jared gave sensitive information to Mohammed bin Salman and, you know, the Qatar blockade and all that stuff, he started his firm, his investment firm, the day after he walked out of the White House. And what, 3 months later, he's got $2 billion? Yeah, don't worry about Vanky, boys. She's going to be just fine, because she sure as hell didn't mind. She not even threw you under the bus. She was the bus driver, and she just used you too, well, your dad too, basically, like speed bumps. Boom, 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 boom. One more for luck. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So she don't give a rat's ass about you, so don't worry about Vanky, though. She'll be just fine. Nana loves you guys. Be good, be safe, take care of you. Mwah. Gotta go make dinner. Love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe.